Hello everyone, Warangel here, and after taking a longer break than I originally planned, we are back with a new Greenskin campaign. Now, the votes came in, and as you can see, the winning faction by a long shot, about 58% of the votes, was Grimgor'z Ironhide himself, the Fist of Gork. So, we're going to be playing as him, checking out some of the new Greenskin mechanics, and have a bit of fun. That's the plan for the campaign. And when you are playing as the orcs and goblins, especially when it was on the tabletop, you had to have a sense of humor, because you cannot be serious with the greenskins. You just can't. It's impossible. But we are here to start a new campaign. Now, I'm going to be trying out a few different things with this campaign in order to try some new stuff out for the channel. So the first thing is going to be difficulty. Now, usually, as you guys know, I play hard for both campaign and battle. But with this, we're going to be doing a pure vanilla playthrough in the sense of we're not using any overhaul mods like Close to the Tabletop or Steel Faith overhaul. We are just playing with the vanilla gameplay, so to speak. So what I'm going to try out is something that was recommended on the Total War Reddits, and that is to play the campaign on very hard, but have the battle at normal. Now, I'm quite used to being able to deal with the AI when it comes to the campaign side, but when it came to battles, even though, as you guys know, I'm not exactly a master when it comes to battles, but I did find that I hate the AI having bonuses when it got to the point of, Imperial Swordsmen defending myself against, high elf sword masters. That don't work with me. So I'm going to try it out on normal, and if we're finding it too easy, we can always boost it up then to hard, and so on and so on. And there's going to be a couple of other things as well, like I'm going to try out some cinematic battles, like Surreal Beliefs. So I'm going to be giving a go at actually playing for the battle off screen, and then coming back to revisit it in the replay. So you guys can see a more cinematic bits where you're going to have to worry about me just accidentally slowing things down, or spending too much time talking, which I'm doing right now. But anyway, let's quickly get into the game. You can see we're starting with some Boar Boys, some Black Orcs, and the Doomdiver Catapults. And we've got a few faction effects. We are using a mod that does overhaul the traits for Legendary Lords and for normal Lords as well, and Heroes. So this might not be the same as it is in the vanilla game, but as you can see, we gain unit experience plus 100 per turn. Waaghs have a chance of containing Black Orcs. We get 10% campaign movement bonus and replenishment, and a minus 15% upkeep for Black Orcs and Big Guns. For Grimgor'z himself, we have a lot of bonuses when it comes to Black Orcs. Plus 12 leadership, plus 10 physical resistance, minus 35% upkeep for them and Big Guns, and plus 10 armor. We also have income plus 30% from post-battles, Grimgor'z Waaagh, and You're Next. A cool ability that debuffs enemy lords and characters. Can't use it on units, just characters, but very fitting for the Fist of Gork himself. But that's that. Let's go to the campaign map.
Black Crag is yours, my brutal lord. The Badlands beyond lay open for conquest. This area is dominated by tribes of inferior greenskins. On the plains to the west, Rotgut's Red Fangs mass against you, angry at the loss of their stronghold. Proving your utter superiority over Gorfang should be your first calling. Vanquish the Red Fang, and tribes of lesser orcs will flock to your banner, freeing your mobs to look further afield for lands to conquer. The stunted dwarfs that dwell in the mountains around you should provide plentiful quarry. Your enemies are belligerent and won't necessarily cow down to your indomitable will. They need to be tamed, broken, or annihilated.
And with that, we'll start the campaign. Now, we do have mod configuration tools just to quickly go through so you guys can see what I'm going to be setting up. So we got, don't worry about LUA errors, abandoned regions, we're just going to go this, because why not, just have it as a local penalty, and then recruit defeated legendary lords. This is something we're not going to have to worry about so much, but it might come in handy, plus it means we can set it up for the AI as well. So do something like that and that, and finalize. Done. So, here we are. We've got Black Waaagh under our control. Our first mission is to defeat an army belonging to Rotgut's Red Fangs, which, conveniently enough, is just to the north of our position. So, let's click this. This, well, I'm sure you guys have seen this before from your own playthroughs or from watching other YouTubers, so this just tells you how they play. We'll click this off, and here we are with Grimgor'z himself. Now, before I get started, there is one thing I do want to bring up, and that is the objective for this campaign. In fact, let me bring up two things. First of all, though, the objective. Now, I'm not going to be doing a complete campaign, and that's not on the cards. So usually, if we were going to do something, we would have to defeat all the factions here, to conquer all of these lands and stuff like that. To be honest, that's too long a campaign. I've had that with the Wood Elves. It's not going to be interesting trying to paint the map green. So I have two personal objectives. Firstly, we need to collect all the gits. I want to recruit all the legendary lords for the Greenskins. So that means Rotgut up here with the Red Fangs, Wurrzag, Skarsnik, Azhag, Grom, so we can get all 6 of them in our faction. The second one really is that I want to defeat Archaon with Grimgor'z, because in the end times, right when Warhammer actually came to an end, and before Age of Sigmar started, Grimgor'z actually lost against Archaon, and I don't want that happening. I want to repeat what happened in the original Storm of Chaos campaign that happened in 6th edition Warhammer, where Grimgor'z beat Archaon in a fight and then just walked off because he proved himself to be the greatest git of them all. So that's the plan. In the meantime then, we're just going to conquer, build up our strength, and get ready to defeat the spiky gits to the north. And what was the second thing? Oh yes. So as usual, I am using a modded playthrough. I forgot to mention about it, and it's down in the comments, the video description as always. But also, I want you guys to be able to submit names for units, characters, and settlements. So that you'll find pinned in the comment section of every video, the Google form that you can go in and submit characters and names and all sorts. So, with all that now done, let's actually get started with this bloody campaign. So, first things first, let's go after the small army here. We do have... Oh yes, I forgot, we need to change... I can remember how do you actually say their names? The Immortals. Okay. We are going to change these to the Immortals, because come on. Right, so Immortals. I believe that's how he pronounced it? Perfect. Let's go and kick some orc butts. Right, just double check. Da Immortals. Da Immortals. Perfect. Right, we'll stick that in there. Wow, that really jumped up. But we're not going to fight this battle. It's way too easy. So we are just going to auto-resolve. We will eat the captives, get a bit of extra replenishment, and chase down the survivors. Now, Gorfang Rotgut should be around here somewhere, so when we kick his butt, we'll be able to confederate with a lot of territory anyway. So we'll push forward and defeat these guys. Again, nice and easy auto-resolve. Alright, what do we want to do this time? Let's slaughter the captives. Alright, do we have enough... Ooh, Sword of Anti-Heroes. That's handy. Especially for that, as you can see, extra armor piercing damage and base weapon damage. 25%, and this guy has something like... What does he have? 500 weapon strength? If I do my math right, that means when he activates that, that's going to be what? An extra 125? That's cool. Alright, but you can keep that. Oh wow, we can actually reach Iron Rock straight away, and we just had our mission pop up. Right, let's go and do that. Again, easy fights. I'm sure we'll have a fight at some point. Gore Fang will probably turn up, since now he's only got... what's it called? Character on up here.
Your territory expands, sir.
Thank you. Alright, what we got here? Down south. Grimgor'z traditional stomping ground was the northern peaks of the World Edge Mountains, where he laid waste to Kislev and even marched through Sylvania, bedecking his banners with vampire fangs. Since coming south to slap Gorfang Rotgut, Grimgor'z might as well hang around for a bit and sort the sorry lot out. Gits. Love it. Now, in terms of where we're going to conquest, I suppose we could go after the Badlands. I mean, every Greenskin faction, you know, when people have played as Azhag and Grimgor'z, have done that. And if we are going to try and collect all the other legendary lords, we are going to have to expand to the north a bit. Because Azhag now starts up over here with the Bone Rattlers, if I remember right. Then, of course, we got Skarsnik up here. Grom starts off over here in Massive Archaon, and when it comes to the Mortal Empires. So, as part of our plan, we are going to have to at least go up to these guys. And, of course, Wurrzag is down here near Archaon. So, he will be on the agenda at some point. But now we've got 9,000 gold and a bunch of upgrades to give. Let's give Grimgor'z a few bonuses. Let's give you Root Marcher, Dead Art, Inspiring Presence. Now we definitely want him to turn into a close combat monster. So focusing on his personal combat skills is going to be extremely useful. But I do want to kind of give my units a bit of bonuses. So which one is for? Weapon strength for Orc infantry units. Sure, we'll give you that. Fine, I'm going to give you 2 points here. And then while we could spend some points here, something because, don't forget, Orcs tend to have bad leadership. Right, so going for something like Bellower. Yeah, improved leadership aura size. I have been watching a few other YouTubers, so I've got a sense of what some of the skills are, even if I haven't actually played the campaign yet. But we'll go for that because it'll give us the aura size bonus that will keep our troops in line. But there we go, that's that done. Now let's see about upgrading our settlements a bit. Now we can upgrade Black Crag straight away, so let's do that. And we do have access to gold, I remember. Last time I played as the Greenskins was with Azhag, so it's been a little while. But at least I know a little bit of what to do and around here. So yeah, we'll have that, and then next we'll eventually be able to upgrade this, and continue working our way up here. What's this? Growth plus 20, yeah, we'll keep it for the moment. Growth is never a bad thing. We do want to, when we get this place upgraded, get the boss tent, is it called? Let me check. Yeah, this one here, the boss's tent. Gives me the extra obedience that we're going to have to deal with, since we are playing on very hard difficulty. So, yeah, let's get the gold mine going straight away. And then we need to recruit a few units for him. So let's have a look. I'm thinking we just go all in on boys. I mean, we are playing as Grimgor'z hard boys. You know, I remember Storm of Chaos, he actually had a custom army list you can pick from, which basically eliminated all the goblins, with the exception of the crew for things like the spear chuckers and the rock lobbers. And so you couldn't get any snotling pump wagons and stuff like that, but it made up for it by having lots and lots of orcs. So maybe eventually we will get rid of the goblins and swap them out for some proper orcs. But for the moment, let's just get 3 of you. Let's get 3 of you. We want to get as many as we can, because they're going to be our main unit for quite some time. So we'll have that set up. We've still got 2,000. But I think we've done everything we need to right now, haven't we? Yeah. Let's quickly do our research. So this has been overhauled quite nicely, and I'm glad we don't have to do the tinkering bench, wasn't it, in order to try and upgrade them. So what do we want to go for first? We've got Waaagh already. Go faster, gobby gobbos, or go bigger. I want to go faster first of all. And then we'll switch down probably to go bigger, because I believe this is the one that allows us to upgrade orcs with scrap. So that's going to be useful. Let's go ahead and get that now. And then let's skip ahead a turn. Right then. So I've skipped forward ahead 2 turns, just long enough for us to be able to finish our recruitments globally for Orc Boys and get a few more local recruitments as well. So first things first, we get the option what we want with Imperial Peace. Now, if we of course choose the rumours are true, then it means that all Imperial factions and Kislev will not attack each other. So we saw it, I believe, with the Wood Elves campaign that I did, where we saw them expand out massively in all directions. But I think it's more fun for the purposes of this playthrough that we actually choose the Rumors are false, just to let them carry on and fight each other and that while we eventually sneak up and clobber them from behind. So the Rumors are false, and then here we are over here. Our army's recruited, we've got lots and lots of orc boys, and Gorfang himself has arrived. Now let's have a quick look. Can't really see what he's got. We can see we've got some big guns to worry about. To be honest, I might let him get a bit closer. Let's see if we can recruit anything else. Maybe get a few archers. Nah, let's go ahead and actually fight him. We outnumber him by 3 units, and Grimgor'z doesn't hide. We're here after all to kick his butt because he's been slagging us off. So let's go down there and start the fight. And then may the best orc win. Oh wow. That band spot is against us, isn't it? So what does he actually have? He's got some big guns, nasty skulkers. Armor piercing isn't that big a deal when you consider we don't have much armor. He's got a few orc boys. Okay, some Arab boys. These are going to be the fun ones to deal with. The boar chariots, the big guns. But if we can kick his butt quickly enough, that may help us out. So, let's start the fight, and I'll see you guys down there. So everyone, welcome to our first battle. Now, like I said, I'm going to be trying this out a bit more cinematically, so as I get into the swing of trying to get it to work, I hope you are patient and enjoy the battles nevertheless. But you can see here that we've set up with a pretty solid orc line, but we're doing something very un-orky in the sense that we're keeping our distance. I was taking the opportunity to have some fun with the Doom Divers. Now you can see most of the unit is heading towards their main unit here, but I was in the control of this one on the left, and I already took my second shot now. The first one, unfortunately, didn't go too well. You can see the blood stain on the floor where I accidentally judged it. But the second one is going to be on target. You can see it flying over, and it just smashes into that one big boy in the back. Sorry, big gun, I should say. But Gorfang now has had enough of being smashed by goblins flying through the air. He is charging forward with his orcs. Now I have to say, Mixtu has done a fantastic job customizing Gorfang here. He's got some very cool unique skills that you'll be seeing in a bit, and he does look like an intimidating war boss. But he's charging forward with his men. We're letting him... Sorry, his orc boys. I'm too much used to playing with human factions. But he's charging forward with his boys. He's got Billboy Biggins on the right flank over here, and on his left he's got some nasty skulkers we haven't seen quite yet, as well as some board chariots and some more Billboy Biggins. Now we've got more than enough infantry to deal with these, so as they're charging forward, eventually we'll start the charge as well. Grimgor'z heading straight towards Gorfang. Now it's a few arrows from the arrow boys, but that's not enough to deal with Grimgor'z. It's just a mosquito bite as far as he's concerned. But here we go with a massive charge in the centre, bash! And Gorfang came off worse than that initial blow. Now these two war bosses are just going to go at it. They've got some orc boys coming in here, but these immortals have turned up behind them, and they're just going to go to town against Gorfang's boys over here. But while those two champions duel it out with their men, you can see over here that on the flanks, I've tried to keep them self-contained with the boar boy biggins by using my own boar boys, as well as the goblins and a few other orc boys. I don't want... Oh, and there we go, and then with Gorfang using his Waaagh ability. We haven't used that quite yet, as you can see here. But I'm trying to keep these boar boy biggins and the boar chariots alive, because when we win this fight, we will have the opportunity to confederate with Gorfang, and we will get to keep those units. So I want to make sure they didn't get shattered and destroyed, because then we can add them to our own army. Now, with their Waaagh ability used up, we decided to use ours. You can see there, plus 24 melee attack, extra armor piercing and base weapon damage. It's really, really cool. And it's just going thing. In fact, it's been so impressive that you can see that Gorfang is actually running away from the duel in the center here. Grimgor'z is chasing after him. He's not letting that get away a second time without a good thrashing. So he's chasing after him, and I'm using the opportunity because on my just to the left of where the duel was taking place, this unit of orc boys is about to retreat. So I sent the Immortals in order to try and pop them up. Fortunately though, they do start to flee, but the Immortals come in and just start smashing into them. Grimgor at this point, he's a bit uncertain. Gorfang's already made quite a distance, and he doesn't know, do we chase after them or go after some of the other units? So he's deciding to turn around, he's going to help out in the center, and we activate our Waaagh ability a second time to help finish them off. You can see all along here that we have got the advantage. A lot of the enemy is starting to waver at this point, and victory is in our grasp. In fact, Gorfang comes back for round 2, but at this point we debuff him. All his army starts to retreat now in a chain rout, including Gorfang last but not least. He sees the rest of his boys running away, and that's enough to send him packing too. Grimgor is chasing after him here just to try and finish him off, but we achieved a close victory. I think it was better than that personally, but we'll take it, and we'll have the opportunity now to decide the fate of the Red Fangs. So a close victory, and we did lose 1 unit, but we managed to defeat Gorfang, and the most important thing in my opinion is that we defeated him by leaving a lot of his really good units, like the big gun boar boy big guns, as well as the chariots available, because now when we confederate with him we will have access to those units. So let's go ahead, we're going to pick out of these options. Let's ransom the captives now. Might as well get a bit of extra cash for our pockets. But we'll give it a second now. We've defeated him with Fang Eater. After all that hype, and that's the best you got? Ha! My grandmother can hit harder than you. So we managed to get plus 30 armor piercing damage. That is extremely good. We'll quite happily take that. And we now got this. Now I have to admit, this isn't exactly new to me, because when I had played as the Greenskins in the past, there was a mod on the workshop that basically introduced the Norska mechanics, which is what this is, for the Greenskins, because it made much more sense. So the writing's a little different, but generally it's something I'm very used to. But we're going to go ahead and form a confederation. We are the best boss. Show these boys what it's like to fight into the greatest Waaagh they've ever seen. We'll form it. We've now got access now to Gorfang as a character. So we'll pop through this. We've also taken Drons. We've secured the whole province. And what I'm going to do is actually start moving Gorfang down. I want to swap over the boar boys, the chariots, and maybe I'm thinking the arrow boys as well. Swap them out for the greenskins the goblins we got. Might keep, though, the nasty skulkers, because they do have armor piercing damage, and that is something we are going to need depending what we do next. So let's just upgrade Grimgor for the moment. So I'm definitely thinking another point in the boys, just so we can finish that off. And then let's give you, no, I'll tell you what, actually, let's go all in for weapon strength with choppers. Orc choppers are crude and hefty blades, usually swung with violent joy by the owner. A chopper in full swing can have a brutal, crunching impact on the poor fool on the receiving end. Sounds very, very fitting indeed. Alright, well, we'll go for our commandment now. Out of these, for the moment we're going to keep Camp Ruckus. Plus 20 growth, plus 2 obedience. Not a big deal, but it will come in handy. So we will take that. Now what do we get with character on? We've got a totem pole. So we've got the better version of this, okay. And Brawling Grounds. Now to be honest, I'm not going to keep this. Just because it's a tier 4 building, I would like to have this in my capital. But because we're going to have to wait a few turns for this to be upgraded anyway, once we get to the second tier in the following turn, we are going to keep it. What I will do though is get rid of this, so we can maybe go for, the treasure hoard? That gives you a bit of extra income. I mean, we do kind of need it. I don't want to disband his army yet, so we will just let you move back here a minute. And let's actually get rid of my 2 goblin units. I'm going to try and avoid using goblins with Grimgor'z army. Other armies, certainly, but maybe not with Grimgor. So let's grab 2 units of you instead. And there we go, I think that will be quite happy for the moment. Okay, Beastman setup. This just makes it so there's more Beastman invasions. I think I like to keep it on, just in case it's a bit more of a challenge. But we're going to get Gorfang, get you over here now to join with Grimgor'z, and let's swap out a few units. So like I said, we're going to put these guys in here. Going to keep you. Do we need to put any of these in? It would help with the replenishment a bit, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's grab you for the minute. What we're going to do is basically just merge the units. Perfect. Let's get you back into here. Put you in here as well. You guys... I'm not going to worry about these skulkers. And then Grimgor'z himself can go for the moment. I would definitely want to check you out though, because he does seem like an interesting character. This is a legendary lord designed by Mixu. So his stuff is fantastic. And we've got things like Massive and Mighty. Oh my god. Look at that. He has an ability that for 7 seconds basically does explosive damage around him. Reducing charge speed and speed. Wow. Out of his zogging way you get. Immensely strong dwarf scum. Troll eater for regeneration. Wow. Oh my god, this guy is good. Oh, we're definitely going to be using him at some point. Right, but for the moment though, Gorfang, you're gonna go. Right. Let's get a bit more replenishment. In fact, let's see if we can force smart you. Can't quite make you back to Iron Rock. I do want to quickly do this mission before we end the episode. So let's go for this. We can get heavy metal and eventually upgrade our orc boys. We can now upgrade Black Crag. We haven't got a lot of money, but we'll make it work. So definitely want to upgrade this. Treasure Mine we'll leave for the moment. We're going to go and upgrade the boss tent. And then here we try and get a bit of extra money with a pile of shiny stuff for extra 200 income. And then we'll keep that. That will be our main recruitment ground. That will be demolished. We'll probably build walls or something. And then I don't know what we should get here. Next here, I definitely want to get our hands on a shaman's hut. Or a shaman's hut. But Troll Cave will be quite useful. And I have included the mod that changes out the stone trolls so they actually look like the tabletop version, rather than just a reskinned troll version like these. But yeah, let's skip forward another turn. And then we're going to go and fight the battle here.
The stunties come to stop us? Time for a rock, I say. I'm gonna enjoy pulling these beers from their chins. First, though, we need to break them big guns. That's just cheating. I want some boys on that straight away. Stop their artillery from shooting, and we get more time scrapping. Just as Morg likes it. Watch it, though. Just 'cause they're short, don't mean one or two of them ain't handy with their own jobbers. They like fighting underground, but so do we. Ask any rat man under Mount Red Eye. Right, boys, that's the plan. Immortals, get your choppers out. This one's gonna be fun. Choppers out. This one's gonna be fun.
Welcome everyone to the Thunderwind Falls, where we're here to take on some dwarves. Now we've got our boys just charging forward one solid infantry line. And I think we've caught the dwarves off guard because when I actually hit the right buttons, that is. You can see over here that they decided just to clump up together in one solid group. They're not too sure what to do, but it does make a prime target for our Doom Divers. That's already managed to do quite some damage to their Hammerers units. Now at this point the Crawlers start firing away, but it's a bit too late. We've managed to catch the Grudge Throwers completely unprepared, and our line is about to charge in. Grimgor'z leading the way, of course, targeting their Thane Valor Mine Ward here. But he's getting swamped in by the Dwarf Warriors. We've got our boys coming in to support as well. And it's just going to be one solid punch-up right here in the center. Now while that's happening, we sent in some Boar Boy Biguns in order to take out the Grudge Throwers. They haven't done much, only one casualty. And I think that was actually from the melee itself. But we've managed to eliminate them pretty quickly. Now, you can see we've got arrow boys in the back here, but after a couple of initial shots, I'm actually holding them back to take on the Everpeak Air Corps that's going to be turning up soon as reinforcements. But as they're holding back, then eventually the fight is just going to go one way. You can already see the bounce bars massively in our favour. We've killed 100 of them already, and the numbers just going down and down and down. Now, one slight problem is I've got this huge group of orc boys that I wasn't paying attention to, and so they were just sitting around not doing much. Eventually I will send them over to reinforce the main punch-up going over here, but the reinforcements have arrived. You can see that we've got gyrocopters and a gyro bomber coming over to support. Now, luckily my arrow boys are going to help out a little bit, but they have arrived too late. We have activated our Waaagh ability. You can see around the main punch-up here in the center, the enemy 8 units are starting to waver. I've had a couple started to rout already. This unit of warriors is starting to as well. Reinforcements are coming in over here from both my infantry and my mounted units, but here come those gyrocopters and the bombers going at it. Now, I was quite shocked to see the immortals here have taken a ton of damage while hover over them. You can see they're less than half health at this point, and it's going down and down with all these bombs. But they haven't lost a single model in the fight. That was phenomenal. But as the punch-up continues over here, the only unit they got left at this point is the Hammerers, coming back for a second attempt. But we do have Doom Divers coming over to attack this unit here. As you can see them flying through the air right now, smashing into them, taking a ton of damage in the process. We've also got my arrow boys soon to open up on the gyro bomber over here to cause some damage too. But with the hammers now retreating away over here, the enemy is in a bit of a predicament. Once they've lost all their infantry units, the only thing they've got to do is they have to have their flying units. Oh, there goes one of them. There, the enemy is forced to land an attack or surrender this territory. Now they have shattered. These guys are running off, losing one of their companions. The gyro bomber is not got much health left. I think it may just make off the battlefield in one piece. Never mind. It's a decisive victory for us. We didn't take that many casualties, and you can see on the floor just all the dwarf bodies scattered around. We're going to be feasting well tonight, lads. We really are. So, quest complete, very few casualties, which is always great to see, and we managed to eliminate a lot of the enemy. The gyrocopters managed to do a bit of damage against the immortals in the combat, but not actually kill any of them, as you can see here. I mean, that was less than half on the campaign, on the battle map, I mean, but it's gone up. That's fantastic. So what we're going to do next is, we don't really need to do much in the way of replenishment, so I'm going to grab some extra cash. Let it pop. Thank you. And we've now picked up a Night Goblin Shaman called Spite Spider Killer. Now, this name is available for anyone who wants to give a better name than him, but we also picked up Gambler's Armor as well. 8% ward save is not too shabby. Alright, we'll pop through that. Now, Spite is currently down a black crag. We will start bringing him up, because he's a Night Goblin Shaman. He's going to be able to give a bit of magic. Although personally I think I would want to get an Orc Shaman when we can eventually recruit one. But for the moment we can use him in that. So we'll pop you heading up towards there. Grimgor'z can start heading back down as well to do replenishment. And then really that's it for the turn. We can spend a bit of our cash on some more upgrades, so I'm thinking we're going to go ahead. It's actually 250 income. Sure, let's grab that. We'll demolish this now, because that's going to be finished next turn. And yeah, I did see we could upgrade Iron Rock to a tier 2 settlement, but in 2 turns we can upgrade then the Black Crag to tier 3, so I'd rather go for that option instead. So yeah, quite happy with how we're leaving things. Let's hit end turn. Right then. We think we've had a good first episode. We've managed to fight 2 major battles. We've defeated Gorfang Rotgut and confederated with his faction. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things have started. Now, we're going to end the episode here, but I would like your opinion, as the viewers, as to what we do next. We have really two options, right? One, we can go over to the west and go after Wurrzag. We can confederate with him and the Bloody Hands, get a bit more land, and have another objective done with getting Wurrzag under our control. The other option is that we're not only at war with Gorfang in the beginning, but as you can see, we're also at war with Karak Azul. Now, we could make our way over towards Black Iron Mine and then push down, I believe, Karak Azul is somewhere around here. And I think they have Spite, what's it, Spite Peak or something? Yeah, Spite Peak down here. So that could be another option of ours, to go into the east and deal with the stunties. Now, let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and whichever option's got most popular, we'll go with. But that's where we're going to end it for now, guys. So, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and that you do join me next time for some more Greenskin action. But until then, everybody, take care, and goodbye for now.